My friends, today we're going to talk about a kind of exhaustion nobody warns you about. Not physical exhaustion, not the I walked too much at Walmart exhaustion, not the my back is killing me exhaustion. I'm talking about emotional fatigue, the tiredness you feel even when you haven't done a darn thing all day.
You know exactly what I mean. You wake up tired. You sit down tired. You think about doing something more tired. Then you tell yourself, I didn't even do anything. Why am I exhausted? Well, let me tell you something most seniors never hear. You're not tired because you're old. You're tired because your mind is carrying too much weight. You know exactly what I mean. You wake up tired. You sit down tired. You think about doing something more tired. Then you tell yourself, I didn't even do anything. Why am I exhausted? Well, let me tell you something most seniors never hear. You're not tired because you're old. You're tired because your mind is carrying too much weight.
Seniors carry more emotional weight than any other age group. We don't just wake up with stiff knees and sore backs. We wake up with memories, responsibilities, regrets, unanswered questions, and years of emotional leftovers nobody ever helped us sort through. You think you're tired because you didn't sleep well? No, you're tired because you're worried about your health, you're worried about the bills, you're worried about your future, you're worried about being alone, you're worried about your kids, your grandkids, you're worried about the things you can't even say out loud, and you've been worried for so long. You don't even recognize it as worry anymore. You just call it tired. Emotional fatigue comes from fighting invisible battles. Let me be blunt. Most seniors are fighting three wars at once: the past, the memories that still sting, the present, the responsibilities that never end, the future, the fears about what's coming. No wonder you're exhausted. The subconscious mind works all day and all night, replaying old files, processing emotions, and trying to keep you functioning. That effort burns energy, real biological energy, the kind your body needs to feel alive. This isn't mental tiredness. This is whole body depletion. And here's the part that hits hardest. Emotional fatigue feels exactly like physical fatigue. So seniors think something's wrong with their body when it's actually their emotional load. Emotional fatigue is worse in seniors because we have fewer distractions. When you were younger, life was noisy. Kids, work, bills, people, deadlines, movement. You didn't have time to think, and in a way, that protected you. But after 60, life gets quiet. And the quieter life gets, the louder your inner world becomes. You sit down in silence, and suddenly you're replaying memories. You think about the people you've lost. You feel the weight of the choices you can't undo. You notice fears that were buried for years. You relive conversations from decades ago. This is the mental equivalent of carrying a 50-pound backpack every day without knowing it's strapped to you. So yes, you're tired. How could you not be? Seniors confuse emotional fatigue with aging, and that's the danger. The lie we've been fed is, feeling drained is just part of getting old. Nonsense. Feeling tired all the time is a sign, a message, that your emotional world is overworked, overloaded, and overstimulated. Your mind is tired, not your age. You're tired because you're doing emotional labor 24 hours a day, grieving the past, worrying about the future, carrying guilt, carrying fear, carrying responsibilities no one sees, carrying loneliness, carrying expectations, carrying regrets. All that carrying drains the life out of you. This is not old age fatigue. This is emotional burnout. The good news: emotional fatigue is reversible. Yes, reversible. Not with a nap, not with a cup of coffee, not with vitamins. You reverse emotional fatigue by lightening the load. And that starts with learning to break the emotional cycle. One moment of deep nasal breathing. One intentional thought instead of automatic thoughts. One grounding phrase like, I release what I can't control today. One small action to interrupt rumination. One conversation that lifts you instead of drains you. One boundary with people who exhaust you. One choice to stop carrying what isn't yours. Emotional fatigue is not a life sentence. It's a sign your soul needs a rest, not your body. And seniors deserve emotional rest more than anyone. Here's the truth. Nobody ever said to us, you're not lazy, you're not weak, you're not slowing down, you're not losing energy because of age, you're exhausted because you've spent a lifetime holding yourself together for everyone, and now you're finally feeling the weight of that effort. And guess what? You don't have to carry all of it anymore. This stage of life is not meant to be lived in emotional exhaustion. It's meant to be lived in clarity, lightness, peace, and you can still get there. Because emotional fatigue is not a flaw, it's a signal. A signal that it's time to start taking care of the inside, not just the outside. Please hit like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss a video, and neither will others.